All right, enough of that. Let's move on to Arsenal. Jules is dreading
We could talk a bit more about City if you want to. Don't need to.
All right, Jules, start at the top. I don't understand Arteta's approach here from an explanation comms point of view. Pre-game, they ask him about David Luiz, and he says, well, he's not starting because of things that happened in the previous weeks, which I presume is either his contract situation.
Yeah, it is his contract.
Or he hasn't been good. He thinks Pablo Mari's all that. But then they ask him about, oh, look, Ozil's not even here. Is he injured? No. So why isn't he on the bench? I'll address this after the game. 3 hours later, after the game, why isn't he here? Oh, it's a tactical decision. Well, what the hell does this mean? Well, if it's a tactical, couldn't you say it before the game? I don't. Can you explain this? What goes through? Is he badly advised? Is he nervous? Was he told to say this?
No. I think he knows exactly what he's doing. It just means, I think, the tactical argument is the one that I think Unai Emery also used when he didn't.
Well, why not say it before the game?
I don't know, maybe he didn't want the focus to be too much on Ozil before the game. I mean, clearly he was, I thought, for what I saw from that interview before the game, he was very much into the game already, and he didn't want to talk about people who were not there, which I can understand, kind of thing. There's no need to. Before the game,
when you drop your highest paid player and he's fit and he started every single game for you before, it's part of your job to explain why you haven't done it.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter so much. Before the game, you want to focus on who is on the pitch, right? And especially if you're Arteta. After the game, maybe certainly should have explained it a bit better. Unless he didn't want to really say why, because it's not for tactical reasons that Ozil wasn't there. Arteta
is it because he didn't take a pay cut?
No, it's because Arteta has been all, and he's repeated to the players again and again and again in the last 3 months. It's all about the attitude. It's all about the worker training, listening to what he wants, doing what he wants as well on the pitch. And Ozil wasn't there, somewhere on the bench that I don't think they expected to be on the bench. I certainly didn't expect them to be on the bench either. I don't think Eddie Nketiah is ready to play at a game like this after 3 months off at City. I don't think Joe Willock is ready to play a game like this, and I don't understand why Lacazette and Pepe and players like that were not starting a game like this.
Augie,
I'm just going to say, does this not strike you as Arteta is making a point?
Yeah, of course.
Players, and also to the people upstairs, that I'm planning for the future, and I'm planning for the future without Mesut Ozil, without David Luiz, because they just don't perform. I mean, David Luiz, I think, has his good days. He also has his very bad days, as he did last night. And I think Arteta's thinking, right, well, this next 6 weeks, these next 9-10 games, Arsenal, unless they're very fortunate, are not going to get in the Champions League. They might not even get in the Europa League. So he's got to start building for next season now. And these two clearly don't figure in his plans. And obviously, Arsenal will lose a lot of money on Ozil by letting him go this summer if they have to. But I think Arteta has to make these statements now. Why continue to waste time with players that don't have a future in your system?
Then why not come out and say it? Because I mean, when you started every single game, right?
Because managers don't do that.
And you also look, if it's not him, I think it should be the club or somebody else. Because I mean, I was watching on television. Mika Richards alluded to it, speculated on after the game. I think rightly so. This is one of the what you said, was it 2 players who didn't accept the pay cut, right?
Yeah.
When it's fine to talk about his attitude and training, whatever else, but the reality is he started every single game for you, right? Since Arteta came in. It wasn't Arteta who benched him, it was Emery. Now all of a sudden you don't play him, he's not there. Surely you need to at least explain it, because the story's going to get out some way and people are going to speculate and whatever.
Well, I think it's all about the message. And I understand, I agree with you, Oggy, in the sense that, okay, you want to play the kids? No problem. No, if you think they're ready, I don't think they're ready right now. If you think they're ready, play them. I've got no issue with that. But like you said, and like Oggy was alluded to, say it. That's your message. You say, you know what, from now on, you don't have to name the players. We know more or less who they are.
And anyway. David Luiz's contract is also expiring. So
but
you can't actually go.
But then Arteta says, I want him to stay. And then David Luiz comes after the game and said, it's my fault. This game is for me. I mean, of course, who in the same game has a red card, consider penalties, and an error that leads straight to a goal? I think the last time that happened was years and years ago.
The last time.
By the way, the red card was harsh, yeah?
Sorry?
The red card was hard.
Yeah, it was really hard. Even the penalty, I thought, was... The foul starts outside the box, and then I think Mahrez is clever. But anyway, sorry, just to finish, if that's what you want to do, it's cool. It's cool with me. But just come and say, this is what we're going to do now. Like Oggy said, we've got 9 games to go. For those 9 games, we're going to play the kids. We're going to try things out. Yeah. So we're not going to play Lacazette. We're not going to play Pepe. We're not going to play Ozil. We're not going to play Kolasinac. We're not going to play so and so and so. And this is it. But you have to be fronting it out.
Find out who can play and who can't, right, Augie? I mean, usually, if that is going to be your plan.
Yeah, but I do think it's, some things that never change. Managers will never be totally honest with fans and the media when it comes to selection. And I think unless you're Jose Mourinho and you decide to, burn everything in front of you, I think Arteta has to protect the club in the sense by, if he comes out and says, I'm not playing Mesut Ozil and I'm dropping David Luiz because they're not in my plans or they didn't take a pay cut or whatever, then it diminishes their value, and you have to be a club man at times and try and play in the club's best interest. I think everybody reads between the lines and knows what's happening, but for him to say it...
So what is happening? No, because please, because Jules says it's not because of the guy's contract. What is happening that Mesut Ozil, who is your highest paid player and who has started every single game so far, can't get into your squad of 20 people, and he can't even be on the bench? What is the tactical decision?
No, it's not a tactical decision.
Well, that's what he said.
So what is it? But it's not well, that.
Okay, why don't we ask Augie, since he said everybody can read between the lines? I can't. Augie obviously can. So tell me. If
he says it's tactical, and let's take it at face value, Mesut Ozil never performs away from home, and we're talking about a different new normal. They're playing away from home. It's a different sense. He doesn't perform. I've never seen Mesut Ozil have a good game away from the Emirates. And whether it's full of fans or not full of fans, you can't trust him. You can't rely on Mesut Ozil. I think Mesut Ozil checked out a long time ago. If you're Mikel Arteta, you can't trust him to perform. Now, he has used him prior to this, before the shutdown. But maybe in the last 2 or 3 months, he's decided that he's had a lot of time to think about the future, think about the next 2 or 3 year plan. And Mesut Ozil clearly doesn't fit in that. And I don't know what he would have brought to the game last night. I really don't. Yes, he's a highly paid player and he's an experienced player. He may have contributed more than the young kids who were kind of thrown at the deep end, but what would he have done? What would Mesut Ozil contribute last night? Would he have tracked Kevin De Bruyne back, or would he have...
No. All right, no. But I guess the reason we're talking about this, if Mesut Ozil had sat on the bench, socially distanced from Nicolas Pepe, we would have wondered, oh, look, how funny. They're, most expensive signing ever, and their second most expensive signing, or highest paid player. Both those guys are on the bench. But we would have understood, there would have been the messaging that Jules talked about. We want to try the kids and the enthusiasm, and maybe the kids are fitter and they got fitter faster, whatever, right? I could have bought all that argument. Now you've created a Mesut Ozil problem or a Mesut Ozil issue where there really wasn't one before.
Yeah. Listen, I don't have the answer right now. It's a great question. I'm hoping to get it later and write it for the website. If I had to guess right now, the issue must have been his attitude to training. That's the only thing I can see why he wasn't there. And the sanction was, and like I said, Arteta has said to everyone, it's all about your attitude. It's all about the spirit. It's all about the hard work at training. It's all about this and that. And if you don't do that, then you won't be playing. You won't be starting, and you won't be in the squads. Right. That's the only reason I can see now. Again, I don't know, but that's the only thing I could think of right now.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.